Okay, on this lesson, we're going to start off with the ticker symbol. Now, what are ticker symbols? A ticker is composed of letters. For example, Apple. Your ticker, it could be from 1 to 5 letters, depending on which exchange is traded on. Usually, if it has 3 or less letters, it trades on the New York or American Stock Exchange. And if it has 4 or more letters, it will trade on the NASDAQ. For example, like Apple, and Apple's ticker symbol here is AAPL. So the only company that has AAPL is Apple Computers, and the reason they use this is for you don't want to have a company with a similar name and get confused when you're going and buying the stocks. Okay, now we can find some ticker symbols. We do some exercise, and where can we find these ticker symbols? Let's go to this page right here, um, and we can see CNBC. This is a good site here. And if you enter on top here, you can put the word Apple, for example, and then it's going to pull up all the companies with Apple in it. Okay, but we're going to look for Apple Incorporated. And the neat thing about the ticker symbols, this is where we can find a quote. So, for example, here, if I want to know what the market is trading, it's trading at $520. It's gone down. Apple stock right now, it's at 520. The market, as I'm filming this, is closed. If the market were to be open, you would see this moving. This means that it went down $1.49. The volume is how many shares were traded today, and the market opens from 9:30 to 4 every day, Monday to Friday, New York time. Okay, and then from 4 to 8, there's an after-hours market where some hedge funds and banks have access to continue trading. So sometimes you'll see moves, what's called the after-hours market, and you can see that 496,000 shares, almost 500,000 shares, were purchased after the market was open in the after hours. And then here you can see a detailed quote right here. You can see the high of the day, the low of the day, the volume, how many shares were traded, what's the average volume for this company in the last 10 days. That means it trades about 13 million shares a day. The highest price in the last 52 weeks, so from today, 52 weeks back, a year back, the highest price that Apple has been in the last year is $5.94, and the lowest price right here is $3.85. And you can see the percentage of change. It's gone down 10%. This year, the market cap, and what's the market cap? The market cap is the value of the company. Okay, so for example, if I multiply 520, which is the share price, by how many total shares Apple has outstanding, which is 899 million shares, that's if I wanted to purchase all the shares, it's going to cost me 468 billion, and that's what market cap means. And then the price divided by the earnings. How much does this share? So for example, they take $520 and then divide it by how much it makes per share. So it makes $39 a share. If you get the earnings and you divide it by all the shares, each share would have a $39 profit in it. And if you divide these two, it means you're paying 13 times what it makes. If you would multiply 39 by 13, that would give you the market price. Okay? So how many times what it actually makes are you playing? The higher the number, obviously, the more speculative that stock tends to be because you're paying more per share there. Okay? The revenue of the company, how much money comes into the company. The dividend, how much it gets in dividend for each share. 1220, which is about a 2%. And the beta. Now, what's the beta? The beta is comparing it to the S&P. Is it more volatile or less volatile? So it means that the S&P moves 1 point. If it had a beta of 1, then this stock would move 1 point. If it had a beta of 2, every time the S&P moves 1 point, this stock would move too. So this one actually is below 1, so it means it's less volatile than the movement. So basically there's less movement compared to the other stocks in the S&P 500 there. Now if we go back here to our slides, another key website I like using is finance.yahoo.com. And this is a wealth of knowledge here. If I put, say, Apple, right? And on the left-hand side, I get the same quote that I get on CNBC, but if I go to the left-hand side right here, I can see, for example, what the company does, the profile. And it says where the company is located, their number, how many employees, what does this business do. Sometimes people ask me, what does this company do? I don't know what it does. You go right here and you can find out what it does, where it's located, what sector it's in. You can see its competitors, for example. Right there, you can see, who competes against this firm. Apple, BlackBerry, Hewlett-Packard. The industry, okay, and you can see it's in the consumer goods, electronic equipment industry, and you can see news about that industry. You can see the analyst opinions here. What do the analysts think that's going to come on this company? Okay, and this is good because when you get the upgrades or downgrades by these firms, it tends to move the stock. You can see the estimates for the analyst. You can also go right down here and see the major holders. Who are the biggest players in the stock? And obviously the hedge funds, the institutional ones, and the banks like Goldman Sachs, Bank of New York, they have a lot of shares. They invest a lot of their capital into the stock market, and the ones that move the market. And you can see the individual investors right here. And then you have the financial statements. What's the income statement? How much money is this company making? Right? Another key section here, you can go to stocks, investing in stocks, and then you could go right here to earning dates. Okay, and if you want to know when companies that are public have to report 4 times a year, every quarter, to the public, they got to show their financial statements, and that day tends to be a big mover here. And this is a good website where I can put any company. Say Google, right, and it's going to tell me when's the next time that they report earnings. So, for example, January 20th, they'll report earnings. Another key website to find the earnings is called Earning Whisper. This is probably my favorite one for the earnings because I could just put any company, for example, Unipixel right here. I put the symbol and I get earnings, and I can see the exact date. So, for example, tomorrow they're going to report earnings and it's confirmed already. Okay, so this is a key, real nice website. Another website I use, stockcharts.com. Here I can see they actually have a members where you can pay and you get more tools, but you also have like a free chart one where I can pay and I could it's a free chart. I could put Apple and I can see the behavior, which we're going to go over how to read these candlesticks, and you're going to learn all about these candlesticks and how to make money with them. And you can see, for example, the price of Apple is at 520 right now, and the lowest price that it was in July, okay, where it was under 300, okay, and you can see that big movement that we've had to the upside on the Apple shares. Okay, at the bottom you see the dates. To your right hand side would be the present, and then this is a chart right here of the price. And the neat thing here, I can put any company. So for example, I want to see Hershey's. Okay, and I can see what it's trading at. Today it closed at $99 with 43 cents. Okay, and another key website I like is called bigcharts.com. Okay, if I go to big charts, I can see also charts here. Apple. Now, when do I use this one? If I want to see a long-term, so for example, I want to see what what Apple's done the last decade. I could see a real far back. That's probably one of the best charts to see far back. You can see back in 2004, Apple was trading about $20, and now it got all the way to 700, and we can see right now today it closed at $520 as I'm filming this video. So it's a neat website where you can see any past. So for example, I want to see what McDonald's did. Okay, and you can see right here a nice move by McDonald's, real key move. So this is another good site to see the historical trend. So it's at 97. You can see McDonald's was trading near 25 back in 2004, and today's trading at 97. Okay, so big charts is a real good tools where we can find info on the market. So in the next video, we're going to continue our video series. Make sure you look out for your email to see the next video here.